Hello, welcome to my channel. This is Citizen. If you're new here, please like my video, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification button so that anytime I upload a new video, you'll be first to be notified.
Let's assume you have already purchased your land and have your proposed building plan, which entails the details of the building. Those two things come with their own stresses, especially securing a plot of land in Ghana, which could sometimes be a headache if you are not fortunate to meet the right people to take you through the right channel. You're given a site plan when you buy a land. The site plan details the areas of a plot of land beyond the boundaries of a building. It is like a map of your new neighborhood. On the other hand, proposed building or building plan is the set of drawings which consists of floor plan, site plan, cross sections, elevations, electrical, plumbing, and landscape drawings for the ease of construction at site. All these will have to be approved by a building engineer before applying for a building permit. Like I said, they come with their own stresses, and we can talk about them at a different time in a different video. But for the purposes of this video, we are going to assume you've gone through them and you are ready to start your new home or your new project. Let me say that this video will benefit those of us building from our paychecks with no other sources of income. Maybe this particular building will provide that other source of income when it is completed. One thing that you need to bear in mind is that once the money goes into the building, it doesn't come back. Unless the purpose of the building is to generate you some sort of income, which in itself is an investment in the long term. Not to say this to scare you, but to make you aware that your building is going to drain you and put a lot of stress on you financially. This is the reason you would need to be prepared before you start to build. This video is here to help alleviate some of the stresses off your shoulders. The purpose of this video is to help you build in a conscious way that does not put too much pressure on yourself and your finances. To begin with, build at your own pace.
Most often, we come under pressure to get the building done, or feel pressured by our neighbors finishing their buildings or moving into their newly built homes. So we tend to ask ourselves this question: when am I gonna finish mine? This makes it hard to follow our plan by losing focus. For instance, your main concern and focus should be solely on the foundation if you're starting to build. Don't worry too much about how and when the rest of the building will be completed, unless you have a scheduled date or moving date. If you're like those of us who will be going to Ghana once a year for vacation to relax, then you need not feel pressured. Not worrying too much about the moving date or the date of completion doesn't mean you shouldn't be determined to get the building done. Building a house is like a journey of no return. Once you start, you gotta keep going. But you need to have a plan and then stick to it. Many people won't tell you this. Have a plan for each stage of the building. Don't just build because everyone is building. Make a plan for each stage and stick to the plan. Focusing mainly on the foundation and getting it done well will help in reducing much of the burden. You gotta make sure the foundation is solid enough to withstand all the loads that will be imposed on it. The foundation is the most important part of a building. The strength and stability of the building depend upon its foundation. If the foundation fails, the superstructure, however strong it may be, cannot stand. Hence, for a stable structure, a good foundation is essential. Point 2. Do not be influenced or go over your budget. Also, do not let your artisans charge you for extra things that you do not approve of. Some artisans will try to rush you or make you do other things and then try to bill you. To them, it's a way of getting paid more, since the more work they do for you, the more they get paid by you. Do not be pressured or feel pressured by anyone or anything that wasn't in your budget, unless you really need to make changes to your plan. Stay within your budget. Point 3. Have a contingency reserve. I believe I have discussed this in one of my previous videos. We make plans, but life happens. A lot of people give up when they begin to have unexpected expenses. There is always going to be some unexpected expenses that you're going to incur, and you must be prepared to take care of them when the time comes. In quantity surveying, it is called contingency or a contingency reserve or an incidental expense, which is a provision for an unforeseen event or circumstance. It's advisable to allow a 10 to 15% in your budget for contingencies. Just put some money aside for unexpected expenses because you're gonna encounter them anyway. You may see new building designs that you like to have in your building, but it wasn't part of your initial budget. Yes, that is one of the reasons for having a contingency reserve. Trust me, it is beneficial and essential to set aside 15% of the total estimate of your project in a contingency reserve to avoid surprises. You have extra money for other things if you don't end up using much of your reserved budget. Point 4. Gather all materials needed before you even start your foundation. You must gather all the necessary materials needed and also get all estimates, including workmanship. You'll need to involve your plumber to give you an estimate on the initial plumbing works as well. If you're not going to make your own blocks, then buy them. Gather all the necessary materials needed for each stage of the building as well as workmanship. That way, the building process will flow smoothly. Buy or make enough blocks only for the foundation. There's a way of estimating the number of blocks needed. I'll make a separate video on that soon. In the next video, we're gonna talk about the other points, which are point 5, hire a trusted builder. Point 6, build in stages. Point 7, cut your code according to your size. Point 8, treat your workers with respect. Point 9, communication. It's all about what you want. Point 10, take time off for yourself to enjoy life. Watch out for the next video. Stay blessed.